I'm Nicholas Balsi here on the ground in Philadelphia at the Democratic National Convention with former Congressman Dennis Kucinich. Thank you so much for taking some time.
Great to be here with you. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask first about Tim Kaine. Last year, he called Obama a perpetual war president. He's been critical of the Obama administration's foreign policy. Do you think that will hurt Hillary at all in the general election?
Well, you know, there's always a risk when you choose a running mate who is not aligned with you. And I think the choice of Tim Kaine was really calculated to ensure that Virginia would be in a Democratic column. I mean, that's why it was chosen.
So you think Virginia will be good, possibly go for Trump?
Virginia, with Kaine on the ballot, Virginia looks pretty good for the Democrats. So we'll see.
Trump's already attacking him. He was attacking him today in his record as governor of Virginia. He seems to be making an issue out of the pick. So that's probably strategic on his part.
Well, you know, I think that in Virginia, the fact that Mr. Kaine was a mayor, senator, governor-senator, I think he's probably going to be helpful, and it's not going to matter in Virginia. Now, nationally, let's face it, anything in this political environment could be fair game.
Now, let me ask you about this ban, the temporary ban on Muslim immigration that Trump's been talking about. He's rolling it back now, saying geographically there would be a ban. Do you think in countries where there's a problem with Islamic terrorism, if there should be a ban on legal immigration from those countries for national security?
Well, you got to take things in their proper order. Hold on one second. Hey, Chuck.
How are you, Dennis? Good to see you.
Come on over, Senator.
So, first of all, if we want to diminish terrorism in the world, stop funding it. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Turkey, and the United States and other countries have unfortunately been responsible for foreign policy choices that have put this country at risk. Stop funding people who are going on jihad. And so that then starts to reduce the pressure. You don't have people, refugees, if they're not forced to flee their homeland because jihadis are being funded by these other nations. So that's number one. Number two, we have to realize that U.S. foreign policy, in particular, what we did in Iraq, what we did in Libya, and what we're doing in Syria, has the potential for blowback. You cannot bomb other countries and not expect people are going to find a way to get back at you. So if we stop funding it, if we stop these wars, and then we have every right to be secure here at home, but focus on funding local law enforcement organizations instead of spending trillions that actually end up being counterproductive.
You mentioned Libya. Trump said that was bad judgment on Hillary's part for pushing
beyond
Libya.
bad judgment. No, there was a calculated effort to knock off that government without thinking about the consequences. We knocked off Libya without thinking about the consequences. We knocked off Iraq without thinking about the consequences. What do I know about this? I led the effort in the Congress in both cases to stop those wars. And I warned people what was going to happen. And now, it's all come out. And, Secretary Clinton, fine lady she is, has a foreign policy that has not served this country well. Hopefully, as the nominee of the party, she'll have an opportunity to correct her course. Thanks, I got to run.
At the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia, I'm Nicholas Balsi.